So, this is how I feel towards the drama surrounding this movie. Yes, that's right. I spit on it. Ha 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 ha. Don't Worry Darling. So, Don't Worry Darling is that it's by Olivia Wilde. It's her second feature film. And basically the film follows the story of Florence Pugh and Harry Styles characters who live in this place called Victory, and they live their perfect lives. However, mysterious things start happening in this town called Victory, and Florence Pugh's character gets a bit suspicious. And as the film progresses, the mystery starts to unravel as to what's really going on here. And that's basically the plot of Don't Worry Darling. And honestly, I was just baffled by this film. It's a baffling misfire. I don't really know what happened. But it's like, there's so many things going on in this film, and there are parts of a good movie in there. But the thing is though, you have to dig to find them. You really have to really get in there to actually find where the good film is. Because it's so messy, it's so jarring to watch. It doesn't really settle into its premise, and I never really felt that compelled into what was going on. I mean, I'm not saying the mystery was completely uncompelling, or if that's even a word. I'm not saying it wasn't compelling whatsoever. That's probably a better way of phrasing that, but still, I'm not saying the mystery was not compelling whatsoever, but I wasn't compelling enough. It wasn't like, say, The Truman Show, or say Shutter Island, or say Gone Girl, or say Seven, you know, and the mystery is gripping you literally from the opening frames of those movies. No, it's more just, okay, there's a mystery going on. Care about it? Why? Because I don't understand why. There's no good reason to care about the mystery in this movie. And it really annoyed me. And I didn't expect it to. And I mean, it annoyed me for a couple of reasons. First of all, the film is baffling. And especially after Olivia Wilde's first feature film, you'd expect this one to be better. Like, her first feature, Booksmart, is terrific. I watched that film for the first time a couple of days ago, and I was surprised by how much I like it. Because usually, I don't like teen comedies about, you know, oh, they finished college and now they realise, actually they have to enjoy their lives. No, I don't really care about those sort of comedies, and that's essentially what Booksmart is. But actually, it won me over. I was surprised by how good it was and how much fun I had with that movie. It was great. I was expecting so much better from Olivia Wilde with this movie, but it's incoherent. It doesn't hold well together, and you're watching it, and the performances aren't as good as they should be, with the exception of Florence Pugh, who is terrific in everything. She was the best part of Black Widow, and she's the best part of this movie. And with the exception of her performance, all the performances seem a bit stale. And sure, you can argue there's a reason for that. Not to go into too much detail, but you could argue there's a reason for that. But at the same time, though, it really didn't work. And on the top of performances, by the way, you know, there's no chemistry between Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. There was no chemistry between those two characters. I didn't believe for once that they were actually in a relationship. Even though you see them have a couple of sex scenes in the film, I never actually believed that those two characters were in a relationship together. I never believed that. Especially when there's a place called Victory, and it's meant to be like bliss. It's meant to be this dream world, this heaven. I still never believed that they were in an actual relationship. And I think that's a big problem when you got those two actors as your main stars of the film, and you're meant to bind to that relationship, because if you don't bind to that relationship, you don't really bind to what's going on, and I never really promised that relationship. So maybe that's the other big problem I have with the film, that I just kind of fall off the top of my head right now. But at the same time, though, you know, the film isn't as gripping as it needs to be. It doesn't keep you guessing. I mean, I wanted to know what was really going on because I went to cinema last night. I gave up my time to watch this film. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know what the mystery was all about regarding this film. Not in the context-wise, I just meant in story-wise. I wanted to know what is the idea of this film, what's really going on, and it builds on that mystery, but not really in compelling ways or captivating ways, but it builds on that mystery throughout the film. But then when you find out what's really going on, I'm not going to go into spoilers, by the way, this is not a spoiler review, but when you find out what's really going on in the film, I literally just went, what? What? That still leaves so many unanswered questions. And you know, Jordan Peele's Nope did that recently. But the thing is though, with Nope, I came out the cinema going, oh, okay, it's got quite a few unanswered questions, yeah, but at the same time, no, I don't question them in a way that I kind of want to with a film. Here, I came out the cinema like, oh, they didn't answer a bunch of questions. But Oh, who cares? I don't really care. Like, I came out of the cinema and I was just frustrated. And you know another reason I was frustrated was because of my cinema experience. I've had two bad cinema experiences in a row. First I had it with See How They Run. There's two people nattering away through most of the movie. Go and check out my review of that if you haven't already, by the way. But here, with Don't Worry Darling, I had a cinema full of Harry Styles fans. That was glorious. It was so annoying because every single time Harry Styles came on screen, you had all these girls in the cinema, all these young, schoolgirls going, I can't One Direction, and I'm like, what is this? You don't go to the cinema to giggle away your crush. You don't do that. And even if it's just like a star you quite like to watch, you still don't go to the cinema and make loads of noises like every single time. And I'm not joking, I'm not hyperbolizing this, I'm not over-exaggerating. Every single time Harry Styles popped on the screen, they were giggling away, they were squealing. There was even one moment in the film where one girl at the back of the cinema just went, "Oh my god." I was like, what is this? Like, when I go to watch a film from my favourite actors, like say Ewan McGregor, I love Ewan McGregor to pieces, probably because he played over one of the prequels, so I had a bit of a bias towards him. But the thing is though, whenever I go and watch Ewan McGregor in a movie and he comes on screen, I don't go, "Oh, look who it is." No, I'm just like, "Oh, it's Ewan McGregor, great, he gave a good performance, And I don't mind Harry Styles as an actor, by the way, I should say that. I actually quite enjoyed him in that supporting role he had in Dunkirk. Granted, he didn't have much dialogue in Dunkirk, which is perhaps why I enjoyed him so much. But still, I don't mind his performer, and he's not terrible in this movie. He gives an okay performance, but it seems like he's kind of underplaying it, and you're not really sure why. But still, nonetheless, I don't mind Harry Styles' performance. I don't like One Direction whatsoever, but I don't mind him as an actor. But it was just so annoying when you've got this cinema full of young girls who are clearly big fans of him, watching the film and laughing at every single line of dialogue. There's even the lines of dialogue which aren't funny. There's a couple of lines of dialogue which are meant to be funny with his character in the movie, but the majority of it isn't, and you're watching it going, what? I never really settled into my cinema experience. Perhaps that's another reason I didn't really like this film, because 3/4 of the cinema that I was watching it in last night were all just squealing and laughing every single time Harry Styles came on screen. They're clearly big Harry Styles fans, and I was like, great, but at the same time though, what about the people in the cinema which aren't? Say me, say these two blokes in front of me, which were in the cinema last night, who were watching the film as well, say this fan that behind me. What about those people who, I'm guessing probably, well, they might be Harry Styles fans, but just from the look of them, I'm just completely guessing here, that they weren't Harry Styles fans. So what about them? Give some respect to people in your cinemas. It's not difficult. Man alive, I'm never going to watch a Harry Styles film at the cinema again. I'll watch one on Prime, I'll watch one on Netflix, I'll watch it when it comes out on DVD, but I'm never going to watch a Harry Styles film at the cinema ever again. I know he's got one coming out in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, whatever, called My Policeman, and I think it's a Prime original. Thank God, because then I can watch it on Amazon Prime and not have to go to cinema with a bunch of squealing schoolgirls in there, get excited every single time Harry Styles gets on screen. I get why they did that, I just thought it was really disrespectful, and it really took me out of the movie. So perhaps that's another reason I don't like Don't Worry Darling. But I did think it was just a badly made film, and I was really surprised by that. I mean, as for Perks, it's a well-shot film. It's well-made. And, well, it's not well-made, but clearly a lot of effort being put into this film. And if you like it, that's great. I'm not taking that away from you. I have seen some people on Twitter say they thought Don't Worry Darling was magnificent. I saw some people on Twitter say it was a great movie, that they really enjoyed it, which is fantastic. I always love it when someone loves a film more than I do. But in reality, I can't lie. I was massively underwhelmed and massively disappointed with this movie. Even with the musical score by John Powell, who also did the score to such films as How to Train Your Dragon, which he did a terrific job with, and also he did the score for Chicken Run, and he did the score for Solo, A Star Wars Story. And even so, I'm not the biggest fan of Solo. I love the score for that film. I've said that about a million times on this channel, but it's the truth. I love the score for that movie. But his score I don't think it was used that well to start off with, and I don't think he was at his best score in this movie. I mean, there's some good elements in the score towards the end of the film, but it could have been better, and to be honest, with him doing the score for your movie, it should be better and you should be utilising it more. I do feel John Powell is very much underestimated in whenever he does the score. I don't feel enough people give him credit, and I'm giving credit. I love his scores for How to Train Your Dragon movies. I think they're terrific. He scored for Chicken Run, he scored for Soul, like I've already said. But his score for this movie, either it wasn't used so much for me to really like it, or when it was used, they always used the wrong parts, because the score didn't really stand out for me. And when you have John Powell doing the musical score for your movie, trust me here, it should be a lot better and you should be utilising it. And I don't feel Olivia Wilde really did. And also at the same time though, like I said before, Florence Pugh is terrific in the movie. She's the best part of Black Widow and she's the best part of this film. She really, really is. Like, every single moment she's on screen, she's carrying the film. I did not care about the mystery, but I cared about her caring about the mystery, if you get what I mean. I didn't care about what the mystery of the film was, but I cared about her caring. I was interested in Florence Pugh's character, and that's not because it's a well-written character, no, it's because of Florence Pugh's terrific performance. I can't wait to see more of her in future films coming in the next couple of years. She's going to be in Dune Part 2 as well, which I'm really excited about. But yes, she is great in the movie, but surprisingly enough, some of the other performances aren't that good. I love Chris Pine from the Star Trek movies, the J.J. from Star Trek films, and also his role in the Wonder Woman movies as well. But even he seemed a bit off in this film. It didn't feel like he was fully invested. And I know there's all this drama surrounding it, which I'm going to touch on very, very shortly in this video, by the way. And so I know there's all this drama surrounding it, which perhaps suggests that he wasn't fully invested in the film. But still, nonetheless, you should really be giving your full performance anyway, because it's Chris Pine. I really like him. And I was surprised by how much I didn't really like him in this film, though. But anyway, like I said before, Harry Styles were okay. I'm not going to go on about that again. Some of the performances as well, like Gemma Chan, she was fine in the film. Although, again, a bit stilted. And there's something which happens with her character. And if you've seen the film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where it's kind of like, why? I don't get why she's done that. But anyway, not going to go into spoilers there. Also, Nick Kroll in the film, that's what his name is, Nick Kroll. He's good in the film as well. And the performances aren't terrible, but they're just not as good as they should be. And when you have Florence Pugh out acting everyone, you start to wonder what's behind everyone else in the film. And also, Olivia Wilde is even in the film herself. And I thought she was overplaying it a bit. I don't know. Like, that's another thing with this movie. The direction is overblown. It's overdone. You're not really sure why it's directed like this. I'm not, like, did Olivia Wilde think she was making another Booksmart? I'm not really sure. Like, what was going on here? Because what you should get with this movie is really good nuanced storytelling, where, you know, characters do like a little flicker of, I don't know, just their mouths twitch a little bit, something like that. Or they do something slightly out of character, which gets Florence Pugh to suspect that she might not actually be in reality. Something like that. And instead what you get is characters literally just walking into rooms and doing things weirdly. And you start to go, what? This film should have nuanced storytelling. You should be there going, oh, that guy's doing something like, well, just a little bit different, but oh wow, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm really interested to see where that's going. Instead, characters just literally do big things differently, and you're meant to just sit there and go, how is no one else getting this? And you see how annoyed I'm getting, and just how frustrated I'm getting in this film, because Booksmart, I know what I mentioned, but I'm gonna say it again, Booksmart was a terrific film. I don't care what anyone says. That film was great, and it won me over, and I really didn't expect it to. But this film just, yeah, it kind of went the other way. It just got me more and more frustrated. And as for the drama with this movie, I don't care about the drama of this film one bit. I really don't. Did Chris Pine, or was it? Did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? That shows you how much I care. Got the wrong way around. Did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? I don't care. And personally, I don't think he did when you look over that footage. But that's neither here or there. But also at the same time though, does Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde hate each other? Did they not get along? Did they fall out during the production of this film? Again, I don't care. And I don't understand who does. Like, The thing is, there's drama surrounding so many other male directors, and I do feel that the drama surrounding this film is being a tad bit overblown. Like, don't be wrong, if the drama is true, I'm not happy about it, and I do think Olivia Wilde should have, controlled the set a bit more, but at the same time, though, if you look into other directors, other, beloved directors, like Alfred Hitchcock, who's often called the master of suspense, you look into his movies, and there's all these dramas surrounding loads of them. Take a look at The Birds and how he kind of bullied and tortured Tippi Hedren with that film. It's quite shocking, but yeah, some people, loads of people, me included, still love Alfred Hitchcock to pieces. One of my favourite films of the past couple of years that I first got on to watching over the past couple of years, didn't phrase that too well, one of my favourite films that I first got on to watching over the past couple of years was North by Northwest, which I just adore to pieces. And so all this, all these people going, Olivia Wilde is so bad. Look at bloody Alfred Hitchcock. Take another male director for an example, Quentin Tarantino. There's been loads of reports of his sets being kind of crazy and being kind of abusive as well. Like, he kind of drove Uma Thurman into breaking her neck on the set of Kill Bill Volume 1. Take a look at David O. Russell, who directed such films as Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, Three Kings, Joy, and is coming out with a new film, Amsterdam, in the next couple of weeks. He's had, he's had reports of sexual harassment against him, and yet he's still working in Hollywood with a new film with a huge cast. And yet, we've heard before that on the set of American Hustle, he verbally abused Amy Adams. He bullied her. And yet, he's still working. And I don't hear nearly as much people go on about David Russell compared to Olivia Wilde. So, okay, yes, let's say for the sake of argument that Olivia Wilde did fall out of Florence Pugh. Let's say for the sake of argument that Harry Styles did spit on Chris Pine. It is nothing compared to what the other directors and what the other directors I've just mentioned have done on their sets. It is nothing. A director and an actor fall out of each other. Great. Well, water wet. I don't care. That happens all the time in Hollywood. People don't like working together quite a lot. This is... Oh, God. I don't understand all the interest in the drama surrounding this film. Even if it is true, it is nothing compared to the drama surrounding many Hitchcock movies, surrounding many Tarantino films, and surrounding many David Russell films, and there's probably plenty and other examples as well that I just don't think people are really taking into consideration. Even if the drama did happen on the set of this film, even if the drama is all true regarding this movie, I don't care. I really don't, and it really annoys me that so many people do. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're interested in the drama, you find it quite funny, that's fine. I actually found it quite funny when I started reading into it, but at the same time, though, when people are kind of just dwelling on it a bit too much and using it as a reason to not go and watch the film, or criticising it as part of the movie, I do feel that's a bit silly. It's okay to find it funny and find it a bit amusing and maybe poke jokes at it. I've done that with the drama in this film. But don't go into it too much and don't start criticising the movie because of the drama surrounding it. I do feel that's not fair to Olivia Wilde, because drama happens on many sets with many male directors, and yet not many people, well, I should rephrase actually, not as many people talk about that drama compared to this drama. It's just a bit like... I don't get it. I just don't get it myself. But, heck, that's just me. But anyway, back on to Don't Worry Darling. This film should be so much better, and I'm really sad that it isn't. It's just, it feels like a film full of missed opportunities. And I just... When you're watching this film and there's so many things going wrong and it's so baffling to watch, you start to question, why is Olivia Wilde telling the story? And in short, I think the answer is, and I'm just guessing here, but I think the answer is that she wants her next Inception. She wants her next Shutter Island. She wants her next Truman Show or her next Get Out. And I don't feel she got it though, because the brilliance of all those previous films is that they have such intricate, nuanced storytelling, and then when the reveal happens, it's exciting, and you're literally gripping the edge of your seat when you're watching those films. And I didn't with this movie though. I didn't. And I'm still excited to see what Olivia Wilde does next in her directing career, but I do feel this was just one big mishmash. It's messy, it's incoherent, it doesn't hold well together, and when you find out what's actually been going on throughout the film, what you find out when the mystery is revealed, I just went, what? Kind of like I did with David Fincher's The Game. I just kind of sit there and go, oh, what? Well, no, don't really get that. No, it still doesn't make any sense. And it confused me even more. And you don't want that with the mission of the film. No, in fact, actually, you do want to confuse your spectator or your viewer more, actually. Now I think about it, you do, but not in the way it happened with me, if you know what I mean. Like, you want to leave them guessing, but you don't want to leave them annoyed. And I left the cinema feeling quite annoyed yesterday. Granted, for a number of reasons, the cinema experience was crap again, and the film wasn't so good, but at the same time, though, it was mainly because the film was quite bad. You know, I've had bad cinema experiences before, like we see how they run, and I still thought the movie was okay and enjoyable. Can't say something about this film, though, and that's a real big shame. And yeah, just overall, the film was one big, baffling misfire. And that's really saddening to say. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that don't worry, darling. I'm going to be quite mean because I had a really bad cinema experience. So I'm going to say that it's a 2 out of 10. I should reiterate, this film has got a lot in there which is great, which is not bad to watch. Like Florence Pugh performance, the way the film is shot, and the sets, and the aesthetic, it's great. And you're watching it going, wow, I love the way Victory, this place, looks in the film. And there is so much to admire. But when the film just gets you more and more and more and more and more and more annoyed as it progresses, you just start to question, why should I care about anything going on in the film? And it's a real big shame. It really is. And I know I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again. It's a real big shame. Because Booksmart, which I have down here, by the way, give me a sec. Booksmart is a great film. Go and check that out if you haven't watched it already. It is so much fun to watch. And that is Olivia Wilde's first directional feature, and you watch it and go, wow, this is brilliant. This is so much fun. It's so entertaining. But then you watch this film and you go, wow, this is actually quite bad. This is quite annoying, and this is why the performances are not as good as they should be. Why is things being overblown? Why are things being over-directed? And it just, I don't know. It really, really annoyed me. I don't know why. In fact, I do know why. Because it's incoherent. It's not held well together. There are bits of a good film in there, but you've got to dig, and I mean dig, to find them. And it's just, it should be better. It should be so much better. It really should be. And when the answer is revealed at the end of the film, you start to question, and not to go into too much detail here, but you start to question, was the whole thing to do with the plane? Still don't get that. And I saw the film, what, about 12 hours ago now, and I still don't fully understand the stuff with the plane, but there you go. Won't go into too much detail then, because you haven't seen the film yet. But you'll start to question, okay, what about that? What about that? What about that? What? And that's kind of how I felt by the end of this film yesterday. By no means is it the worst film of the year, but it might be the most... No, it's not the most disappointing film of the year, actually. That's still Jurassic World Dominion, because I was so excited for that film, and it disappointed me so much. But it's definitely in that boat. It's definitely one of the most disappointing films of the year. Yep. It was surprisingly bad, and I really didn't expect that. And like I said before, it was just one huge, baffling misfire. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that don't worry, darling. I'm going to say that it's a 2 out of 10 from me. Anyway, guys, what do you think of Don't Worry, Darling? Please you comment down below and know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please click down below and like and subscribe on this video. And look forward to many more, both film and TV reviews and podcasts coming very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now. Bye!